A U.S. citizen was killed by a federal ICE agent in Minneapolis. Now, Congressman Tim Kennedy is saying enough is enough and demanding that Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem resign or be impeached. Here's why.
With that, I'd like to now introduce to you my colleague here to the right of me, the Honorable Congressman Tim Kennedy.
Thank you. First, let me begin by thanking the ranking member of Homeland Security, past chair and future chair of the Homeland Security Committee, Betty Thompson, for organizing this effort, and for all of my colleagues for joining us here today. For far too long, we've seen a Department of Homeland Security under this administration that is unchecked, unrestrained, unhinged, and at this juncture, unconstitutional. Secretary Noem began her tenure by unleashing ICE into our cities, ignoring due process, and detaining U.S. citizens, lawful residents, and children with cancer. On top of that, she's defied federal court orders, withheld FEMA dollars intended for disaster survivors, blocked meaningful oversight of DHS, and obstructed the United States Congress time and time again. And in recent months, she's only doubled down on her mission to terrorize our communities and militarize our streets, which has brought violence to our neighborhoods. Tragically, these reckless decisions culminated in the death of Renée Nicole Good, a mother of three, a devout Christian, a partner, a poet, and a beloved community member of Minneapolis who had the courage to stand up for what is right. This department has lost all credibility, allegiance to the rule of law, and any shred of decency and integrity that was left. House Democrats are here today to stand up for the rule of law, protect fundamental rights, and fight for the future of all of our communities across this great nation. It is time for decisive action to end this systemic abuse of power by Secretary Noem. The safety of the American people is at risk, and the future of our country hangs in the balance. Kristi Noem must resign immediately, or this body must act to impeach her.
What you're about to hear from Congressman Tim Kennedy isn't just rhetoric. It's a response to a tragedy that has shaken communities across the nation and sparked protests, investigations, and deep questions about accountability in law enforcement. On January 7th in Minneapolis, 37-year-old Renée Nicole Good, a mother of three and a beloved community member, was fatally shot by an ICE immigration agent during Operation Metro Surge, a federally ordered enforcement operation in the city. Video analysis shows the agent fired 3 shots in under 1 second as Good's vehicle was turning away, and the Hennepin County medical examiner ruled her death a homicide, though that classification does not automatically imply criminality. This incident, captured on video and widely shared, ignited national outrage and spurred protests under the banner of demanding justice and accountability. Kennedy's response today is rooted in more than anger. It's rooted in principle. He's pointing directly at Secretary of Homeland Security Kristi Noem and accusing her department of systematic, unchecked overreach, defiance of federal court orders, withholding disaster aid, obstructing Congress, and deploying forces in ways that have terrorized neighborhoods rather than protected them. The death of Renée Good, as he and many members of Congress argue, is the most tragic expression of a pattern that, in their view, cannot be tolerated. This is why Kennedy is calling for Noem to resign immediately or face impeachment, because he believes leadership that presides over this level of constitutional and humanitarian breakdown should not stay in office. This isn't an isolated flashpoint. Renée Good's killing didn't occur in a vacuum. It came amid an aggressive federal crackdown on immigration in Minnesota that has overturned local norms and fueled community fear. Videos and local accounts describe federal agents operating throughout neighborhoods for weeks, and a broader context of federal law enforcement engaging in highly militarized tactics that left residents frightened as schools and daily life went on around them. And the fallout has been massive. Across the country, people have taken to the streets demanding accountability for Good's death. And similar outrage followed another fatal shooting by federal agents of a Minneapolis nurse later in January. These protests, peaceful but powerful, have turned local grief into national debate about federal enforcement tactics, the use of force, transparency, and justice.